Hello YouTube. Today I've got some not so good news to share with you. This morning I found out that a good friend who I grew up with, who was very much a brother to me, committed suicide. And I've been going back and forth between crying my eyes out and trying to tell the people who need to know and being okay. So this is the part where I'm okay enough to talk to you. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this is also the friend who just last year came out to me as being transgendered. He was somebody who helped me through some real bad years when I was in junior high and high school. We were really good friends. I lost touch with him. Once we started going through our college years, he got married. I got in my relationships and eventually got married. We both brought kids into our lives and basically became grown-ups. Just a little while back, he went to our wedding and he gave us that video that we posted not too long back of the ceremony. And in getting in touch with him to get that video back, I actually got to catch up with him, and that's when he came out to me as being transgendered. Now, I'm going to refer to him by his transgendered name, partially out of sensitivity to his family. May not necessarily want his birth name to be out there. But Corina was who he was transitioning to. And I remember when he told me, he was very happy about it. It was something that he had struggled with for a long time. And prior to making the decision, he had made a suicide attempt because of being transgendered. And he decided at that time that it was either make the transition or kill yourself. So he started taking the steps necessary to do that. And when I talked to him, he seemed happy. He seemed at peace with the decision. And he seemed freer than I had ever known him in his entire life. He'd always had conflicts with his family. He was in trouble with the law a lot when he was a kid. We did a lot of crazy things, partially because of that. Things were really chaotic for us growing up. To hear him so free and so happy brought me a lot of peace too. That doesn't mean that it wasn't without his prices, though. His family was not so okay with his transitioning, and by that I mean his wife. And understandably so. I need to say that this is in no way a judgment, because, somebody comes to you and who you know is a man, and you fell in love with this man, and then they decide that they want to be a woman. You got to be true to yourself. But the fact of the matter is that Corina very much wanted to hold on to his family, to be a part of his son's lives, to be with his wife still, but at the same time still make that transition. He was very much active with a lot of transgendered groups. He was taking some real positive steps for himself, seeing a counselor, but he was also at the same time moving into a new house away from his family and starting to build a life as a completely different person. And I think maybe it was just too much change all at once. In the end, I think that's what prompted him to close down his Facebook page, to take down his 2 blogs that he was doing, one about transgenderism and the other about being a civil servant. I guess he left a note, and then he disappeared for a couple of days. And recently he was found. I don't have words to say about this. Because I can't even imagine why. I have more questions than I have answers at this time. all I have are my memories. I remember one day, I can't remember whether it was Corina's grandma who died or another friend who was with us, but we all hopped in his Volkswagen bus one day, his Bug. And we drove out to the coast. And as we were driving down Highway 1 between Goat Rock and Salmon Creek, there was this huge devil guy standing out on the rocks, and all these people were taking pictures of him. And I shit you not. I mean, big red wings, leather harness, red skin, horns, the whole thing. And it's going to sound really disgusting. He was doing things that I'm not going to say here on YouTube because it's going to gross people out. But at the time, our jaws dropped, and I remember thinking, well, now I can die because I've officially seen everything. And that's one of those memories that we shared together that I will never, ever forget. We used to go out really late at night because we had nothing else to do, and we'd drive along the coastal roads at like 70 miles an hour, which was just the stupidest thing to do. Listening to either Adrian Blue or the B-52s. And I remember there's this one point along Highway 1 where he told me this girl died, and you don't want to look in your rearview mirror because if you see a girl in your rearview mirror, it means you're going to crash. And he gave me that superstition. Now every time I drive that road, I won't look in the rearview mirror. He was crazy. He was reckless. He never really thought about things until after he'd done them. But he loved you honestly and truly. As your friend, as your family, you always got 100% of him. I wish that he had called me and spoken to me before he decided to do what he did. Maybe I could have helped him in some small way, but I didn't. Life got busy. I stopped reading his blog. I could barely write my own. I didn't call him. We kind of lost touch a little bit. And there's a part of me that's kind of wondering if maybe if we had still been talking, that things would be different today. But I don't know if that's true or not. I know that a good friend is gone, and I will not be getting him back. I will talk to him regularly and often, and I won't forget. And I hope that everybody out there who's transgendered or who knows somebody who's transgendered, don't take that person for granted. A lot of times they have to make decisions about their lives that they have to give up everything they know. And that's no small thing. Please value the people that you have in your life because they may not be there someday. See you, YouTube.